let's be honest, you've tried diets before, you've counted the calories, cut the carbs, maybe even paid a hefty monthly fee for a miracle program. And for many of us, the results are the same. A brutal, restrictive few months, followed by the weight slowly creeping back on. In 2025, the conversation is dominated by powerful new tools like GLP-1 agonists, them as Ozempic or Wegovy. And while they are game changers for many, they come with a catch. A potential lifetime of injections, significant side effects for some, and a constant battle with your insurance over prior authorizations and sky-high copays. So, what if there was a way to work with your body's own powerful built-in systems to manage weight and improve metabolic health? A tool that costs nothing, requires no prescriptions, and can be adapted to your life, not the other way around. Today, we're doing a deep dive into one such tool, intermittent fasting. And we're going to skip the surface level guru talk. We're going to discuss the real science, the kind published in journals like the New England Journal of Medicine, and how it applies to your real life. This isn't just about weight loss. We're going to talk about a process called metabolic switching, cellular cleanup through autophagy, and how you can use fasting to regain control in a healthcare system that can often feel out of your hands. Now, before we get into the core science, I need to be crystal clear. This is a rigorous educational resource, not personal clinical advice. If you have a medical condition, especially type 1 or type 2 diabetes, a history of eating disorders, or if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, making significant dietary changes requires a conversation with your healthcare team. Your endocrinologist or a registered dietitian is your best partner in this. Please use this video to inform that conversation, not replace it. So let's start not with what fasting is, but why it's become so critical in our modern environment. For most of human history, food was scarce. Our bodies evolved to thrive in cycles of feast and famine. But look at our world now. We live in a state of perpetual feast. From the office donuts to late night DoorDash, we are rarely, if ever, in a truly fasted state. This constant energy surplus keeps one key hormone permanently on high alert, insulin. So when we take in more energy from food than can immediately be used by the body, the pancreas releases insulin. Insulin's primary job is to act like a key, unlocking our cells to allow glucose from our bloodstream to enter and be used for energy. Think of it as the body's chief energy storage manager. Glucose that isn't needed right away is converted and stored in the liver and muscles as a substance called glycogen. Your glycogen tanks are like a short-term power bank for your body, readily accessible but limited. However, there's limited storage space for glycogen. Once those tanks are full, the liver initiates a process called de novo lipogenesis, literally making new fat. It converts that excess glucose into triglycerides, a type of fat. Some of this fat is stored in the liver itself, a growing concern leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, while the rest is exported to fat deposits throughout the body. When insulin is high, the store energy signal is on, and the burn stored fat signal is OFF. In our modern environment, that store signal almost never shuts off. This brings us to the core mechanism of intermittent fasting, a phenomenon called metabolic switching. This isn't just a pop culture wellness term. It's a well-documented biological process. A landmark 2019 review in the New England Journal of Medicine by DeCabo and Matson detailed this extensively. Metabolic switching is the body's shift from using glucose as its primary fuel source to using fatty acid-derived ketones. Here's how it works. After about 10 to 12 hours of fasting, your glycogen stores in the liver become significantly depleted. With no easy glucose available and insulin levels now very low, your body is forced to find an alternative fuel. It turns to your fat stores. The liver begins breaking down fats into fatty acids, and then into ketone bodies. These ketones can cross the blood-brain barrier and provide powerful energy for the brain and body. This flip of a metabolic switch from glucose burning to fat burning is the central therapeutic goal of intermittent fasting. This is profoundly different from simple calorie restriction. While cutting 500 calories a day might lead to weight loss, it doesn't necessarily induce this powerful metabolic shift. With IF, you're not just eating less. You're fundamentally changing your body's hormonal and metabolic environment for a set period, forcing it to become more efficient and flexible at using different fuel sources. This metabolic flexibility is a hallmark of a healthy, resilient metabolism. So now that we understand the powerful science, what are the practical methods for inducing this switch? The three most studied methods are time-restricted eating, the 5-2 diet, and alternate day fasting. The most popular and sustainable for beginners is time-restricted eating, commonly the 16-8 method. This isn't as intimidating as it sounds. You fast for 16 hours and have an 8-hour eating window. For most people, this simply means finishing dinner by 7 p.m., skipping breakfast, and having your first meal of the day around 11 a.m. You're asleep for half the fast. This method is excellent for improving insulin sensitivity and is relatively easy to maintain socially. The second option is the 5-2 diet. This involves eating normally for 5 days a week, and on 2 non-consecutive days, say Tuesday and Friday, you restrict your calories to about 500 to 600. This is a deeper fast that can produce more significant results, but it requires more mental fortitude on fasting days. It's crucial that eating normally on the other 5 days doesn't become an excuse to binge on highly processed foods, which would negate the benefits. A third, more advanced method is alternate day fasting, ADF, where you alternate between days of normal eating and days of complete fasting or very low calories. This is a powerful tool, but its intensity means it's not suitable for everyone and is best attempted under medical supervision. Beyond metabolic switching and weight loss, longer fasts trigger another profound biological process, and it's one of the most exciting areas of longevity research: autophagy. It literally means self-eating. Think of autophagy as your body's internal quality control and cellular recycling program. During fasting, when cells are under mild stress from a lack of nutrients, they activate this cleanup crew. The cells begin to seek out and break down old, damaged, or dysfunctional components, misfolded proteins, worn-out mitochondria, and other cellular debris. These components are then recycled into new cellular building blocks or used for energy. A 2018 study in the journal Cell Metabolism highlighted how this process is essential for cellular health and resilience. Why does this matter to you? This cellular junk is implicated in aging and a host of age-related diseases. By stimulating autophagy, fasting may help your body clear out this waste before it can cause problems. It's like taking out the trash and deep cleaning your house at a cellular level. While weight loss is a visible benefit, autophagy is the invisible, long-term investment in your health that truly showcases the power of fasting beyond the scale. This is the benefit that gets biohackers and longevity experts so excited, and it's something a simple calorie reduction diet doesn't stimulate to the same degree. So you've completed a 16 or 18-hour fast. You're in a state of low insulin and heightened sensitivity. What you eat first matters immensely. This is perhaps the biggest mistake beginners make. Breaking your fast with a bagel, a sugary cereal, or a large frappuccino is like putting diesel in a Formula One car. You'll cause a massive insulin spike, immediately shut down all fat burning, and probably feel sluggish and hungry again an hour later. Your goal when breaking a fast is to gently reintroduce nutrients without overwhelming your system. Prioritize protein and healthy fats first. This helps control the glycemic response and promotes satiety. A great first meal could be a couple of eggs cooked in avocado oil with a side of spinach. Another option, a high-quality protein shake with unsweetened almond milk and a handful of berries. Or grilled chicken or fish over a large salad with an olive oil-based dressing. Wait 30 to 60 minutes after that initial protein-fat meal before introducing complex carbohydrates like quinoa, sweet potato, or whole grain bread. This staggered approach helps your body manage the glucose influx much more effectively. As for what to avoid during your eating window, it's not about restriction, it's about prioritization. Highly refined carbohydrates, white bread, pasta, sugary drinks, and ultra-processed foods will work directly against your goals by spiking insulin and promoting inflammation. You don't have to be perfect, but making 80% of your meals from whole, unprocessed foods will amplify your results. Finally, let's talk about the real world, because life isn't a controlled study. You might experience side effects, especially in the first week. Headaches are common, often due to dehydration and electrolyte loss. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water with a pinch of high-quality sea salt or an electrolyte supplement during your fast. For women, it's particularly important to pay attention to your body. While many women thrive on IF, some may find that prolonged or aggressive fasting impacts their menstrual cycle. This is a sign to pull back, perhaps shortening your fasting window to 12 to 14 hours or avoiding fasting in the week leading up to your period. This is not failure, it's smart personalization. And what about your social life? An office birthday, a family dinner, you don't have to be a hermit. The beauty of a flexible method like 16 to 8 is that you can shift your window. If you have a late dinner plan, start your fast later that day. The goal is consistency, not rigid perfection. So, intermittent fasting isn't a magic bullet. It's a powerful, evidence-based tool for restoring your body's natural metabolic flexibility. It's about creating a rhythm of eating that aligns with our own biology. When you see the numbers on the scale change, remember the deeper changes happening inside. Your insulin sensitivity improving, your cells cleaning house through autophagy, and your body relearning how to efficiently burn its own fat stores for fuel. This is a journey of taking back a piece of your health using a strategy that is both ancient and backed by cutting-edge science. Again, I strongly encourage you to take this knowledge and discuss it with a qualified professional, use it to ask better questions, and to co-pilot your health journey with your doctor or dietitian. Thank you for investing this time in your health education. If you've had experience with intermittent fasting, share your protocol and what's worked for you in the comments. The community learns best from each other. And for more deep dives into evidence-based health, be sure to subscribe. As ever, thank you for watching.